All right, hi. So there's going to be multiple steps to this session. And if you can't finish it all today, I think with the assessment, it's going to be short tomorrow. So you would be able to finish some of it. So you're going to be needing the fraction multiplication equations. So these are all different equations with fractions on them. Oops, not that one. You should have the making generalizations about multiplying with fractions part 1. You should have the making generalizations about multiplying with fractions part 2. And you should have the reasoning about multiplying with fractions. So 4 different pieces of paper for you to look at. All right, so the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to study these equations. All these equations are true. All right, 1 times 1/4 times 1/4 does equal 1/16. 1/4 times 2/3 does equal 2/12 or 1/6. 1/4 times 3/4 does equal 3/16. So going down the line, these are all true. Okay, so your job is to study these, okay, and be kind of a mathematician, a scientist. And number 1, do you see any patterns? Okay, do you notice anything that repeats? Do you see anything that you would consider a pattern? And if so, write down one. Second thing, what do the equations have in common? So everything is an equation. Do you see anything that they have in common? That could also be another way to think about patterns. So if you can't see a pattern, what do they have in common? What do you see? And then finally, how are the fractions being multiplied? The factors. So each one has 2 factors. How are the fractions being multiplied related to their product? So when we look at these fractions and this one, these 2 and this one, do you notice anything? All right, so this is all kind of like pattern-based ideas. So at this point, you're going to stop, and you want to come up with some ideas here. Do you have to have everything written down neatly and nicely? No. Okay, if one question makes more sense than the other, they're all kind of similar. Okay, if you want to answer each one, answer each one. It's just to get you to think about what you see going on here. When you're finished with that, go on to the next slide and the next video so I can tell you what to do next.